Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe. Now this start video. The Street Profits celebrated their hard-fought victory as the new WWE Tag Team Champions, holding the titles high above their heads while the Barcelona crowd erupted in cheers. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins had finally reclaimed the gold, proving their resilience and teamwork after months of setbacks. Meanwhile, DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa were left in disbelief, their chemistry faltering at the worst possible moment. Gargano extended a hand to Ciampa, but the former NXT champion brushed it off, storming out of the ring as the crowd buzzed with speculation about the future of the beloved duo. As the Profits continued their celebration, the camera cut backstage to Nick Aldis, who was seen on the phone with a serious expression. The SmackDown general manager had a lot on his plate, especially with WrestleMania just weeks away. The tension between factions, the unresolved rivalries, and the looming presence of Roman Reigns next week in Italy were all pieces of a puzzle Aldis needed to solve. Meanwhile, a shadowy figure was seen walking past Aldis' office, their identity obscured but their presence unmistakably ominous. Could this be the masked superstar teased earlier in the night? The speculation only added to the excitement brewing for next week's episode. WWE SmackDown Results. CM Punk and Seth Rollins respond to Paul Heyman. The arena lights dimmed, and the familiar chords of CM Punk's theme music hit, sending the Barcelona crowd into a frenzy. The best in the world walked out with a microphone in hand, his signature smirk plastered across his face. Punk wasted no time addressing Paul Heyman's comments from earlier in the night. "Paul, you've got a lot of nerve talking about who deserves what," Punk began, pacing the ring. "You're out here declaring it Roman Reigns Day because of a video game cover. Let me remind you, Paul, that Roman Reigns hasn't been seen on SmackDown in months. He's too busy hiding behind you and the bloodline while the rest of us are out here, week after week, putting our bodies on the line for this company." The crowd roared in approval as Punk continued, his words cutting through the air like a knife. "And Seth Rollins, you're gonna sit there and trash his entrance music. That's rich coming from a guy who's been riding Roman's coattails for years. But let me tell you something, Paul. When Roman shows up next week in Italy, he's gonna have to answer to me. Because at WrestleMania, I'm coming for that undisputed WWE Championship, and there's nothing you or the bloodline can do to stop me." Before Punk could finish, Seth Rollins' music hit, and the visionary made his way to the ring, his signature laugh echoing through the arena. Rollins grabbed a microphone and stood face to face with Punk, the tension palpable. "Punk, you're not the only one with a bone to pick with Roman Reigns," Rollins said, his tone dripping with intensity. "But let's not forget, you're the one who walked out on this company. You left us high and dry, and now you think you can just waltz back in and take what's mine. Not so fast, buddy." The two stars stared each other down, the crowd buzzing with anticipation. Just as it seemed like they might come to blows, Nick Aldis appeared on the Titantron, interrupting the standoff. "Gentlemen, as much as I'd love to see you two settle your differences right here, right now, I've got a better idea," Aldis said. "Next week in Italy, CM Punk will face Seth Rollins in a WrestleMania qualifier match. The winner will go on to challenge Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Good luck." The announcement sent shockwaves through the arena, and the two competitors exchanged heated words before Rollins exited the ring, leaving Punk to soak in the crowd's adulation. The stage was set for an epic showdown next week, with WrestleMania implications on the line. WWE SmackDown Results. Jade Cargill vs. Liv Morgan, WrestleMania qualifier. The highly anticipated match between Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan was next, with the winner earning a spot in the Women's Elimination Chamber match at WrestleMania. The two competitors wasted no time going at it, with Liv using her speed and agility to counter Jade's raw power. Morgan hit a series of dropkicks and a hurricanrana, but Jade quickly regained control, tossing Liv across the ring like a ragdoll. The crowd was firmly behind Liv, chanting her name as she fought valiantly against the dominant Cargill. Jade taunted the audience, flexing her muscles before locking Liv in a brutal bear hug. Morgan managed to escape and hit a DDT, followed by a codebreaker for a near fall. The momentum shifted back and forth, with both women pulling out all the stops to secure the victory. In the end, Jade's power proved too much to overcome. After countering Liv's Oblivion, Jade hit Jaded for the pinfall victory, earning her spot in the Elimination Chamber. The crowd booed as Jade stood tall, her dominance undeniable. However, Liv refused to back down, getting in Jade's face and vowing to get her revenge. The tension between the two was far from over, and it was clear that their rivalry would only intensify heading into WrestleMania. WWE SmackDown Results. The final tease. As the show neared its conclusion, the mysterious masked figure teased earlier in the night finally made their presence known. The lights dimmed, and a cryptic video package played on the Titantron, featuring shadowy visuals, and the words, "The Arrival," flashing across the screen. The camera then cut to the stage, where the figure stood, their identity still concealed but their aura radiating menace. The crowd erupted in speculation, with chants of, "Who are you?" echoing through the arena. The figure simply raised a fist before disappearing into the darkness, leaving everyone wondering what their arrival would mean for SmackDown. Could this be a surprise debut from AEW's Phoenix, as many had speculated? Or was it someone entirely new, ready to shake up the WWE landscape? Closing segment. The Bloodline's Revenge. The show ended with a shocking twist as the Bloodline stormed the ring, attacking LA Knight and Braun Strowman. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga laid waste to the duo, with Fatu delivering a devastating Samoan spike to Knight. Jimmy Uso tried to make the save, but he was quickly overwhelmed, taking a brutal superkick from Fatu before being powerbombed through the announce table. As the Bloodline stood tall, Paul Heyman appeared on the Titantron, a sinister smile on his face. "This is just the beginning," Heyman said. Next week in Italy, the Bloodline will reclaim their dominance, and Roman Reigns will remind the world why he is the tribal chief. Believe that. The show went off the air with the Bloodline standing victorious, their message clear. They were back, and they were more dangerous than ever. With WrestleMania on the horizon, the stakes had never been higher, and the road to the grandest stage of them all was shaping up to be one of the most explosive in WWE history.